All right, let's talk rugby league. Pleased to say that on the line, the coach of the Warriors, Andrew Webster, joins us. G'day, Andrew. Thanks for your time this morning, mate.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Nice and busy, I imagine, preparing for that trial match tomorrow and the start at Shark Park before you get off into Vegas. You've named a 29-man squad for this one. What are you trying to take out of that match against the Sharks?
Well, we want it to be a reflection of our pre-season. Like we don't want to turn up and start practicing something we haven't done all pre-season. That'd be a shame. So we definitely want to be a reflection of what we've done. I'd like us to look like we're organised, and I'd like us to keep it pretty simple. But when we get an opportunity, actually play some fun footy and get excited about it.
Yeah. How much do you think about this match rolling into Vegas, or is it getting through this one first for the reasons you've just explained, and then I guess essentially starting again before round one?
I just think I think we've all seen a million times that trials don't have a reflection on your season, but you're allowed to play well in them. Like you don't have to play poor. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just like it to give us some confidence and some clarity on where we're at. If we were to play poorly or not go away, certainly wouldn't make me worried about Vegas, but it would certainly obviously give us something we needed to practice and narrow our focus even more. We've just got one eye on this. I mean, just both eyes on this weekend. And as a result of it, come 3 weeks' time, we'll be more ready if we perform well.
And in terms of reflection then, and you would have got asked this question a million times as soon as you put names next to numbers, how much of a reflection is the, say, 1 through to 13 that you've laid out for this one, a look into what you're thinking full-time for the season or for the start of the season?
Well, look, I'd say 80% of it's a reflection.
Yep.
We've got some niggles. So we don't have any big long-term stuff. So some of it, like our halves, for example, there's only 2 eligible, and we're blooded 2 young guys who are coming up. This should be 80% of it, and I don't mind showing our hand, but be really clear that anyone's allowed to take it off the guys who are starting, through good performances coming off the bench. And those guys who starting aren't guaranteed that spot.
Okay. You just mentioned the halves, so you've named at 6 Tamari Martin and at 7 Luke Metcalf. One of our listeners has asked a question for me to ask to you. Are you looking at Luke as a halfback as opposed to a 5'8" this season?
Yeah, we are. Like, to be honest, we definitely are. We're happy for him to play both, either. I mean, our style's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to play probably that real generic style of a halfback is just always on the ball. They might, turn up and sort of share the role, 7 and 6, because both of them very good at being both. So I think, but we're happy for Luke, particularly with his kicking game, to have the keys a little bit there. And I think if you're going to be a good kicker, then you want to own the keys to the castle a little bit. So. Yeah, we're giving Luke a bit of responsibility there at 7 and just see how it goes. But he'll be certainly turning up at second receiver a lot because he's very good at it.
All right, another question from our listener. What about Freddy Lussick? How's he shaping up, and are you expecting a big year from him?
Fred's trained really well. He's always one of our fittest, Fred, when he comes back. We've got a bit of depth there this year. We've obviously got Way, we've got Sam Healy. Freddie's trained really well. We'll share the time with those 3 hookers over the next 2 weeks. So they probably all won't get as much time as they'd like. But yeah, he's certainly turned up in great condition, Freddie.
The skipper, have you got any closer? Can you give us an insight into who you'll name after the sudden retirement, wasn't it, of Tohu Harris?
Yeah, no, well, obviously, we've got lots of good candidates. Mitch Barnett's going to lead us out. We're pretty happy to go through the process throughout the trials. We've narrowed it down, but we just want to see how it all goes during the trial process, because I think leading a team from Monday to game day, when you've actually got a game that week, is different to just leading in pre-season, because there becomes preparation, there comes a little bit of pressure around results, and we just want to see how that works. But we've got some really strong candidates, and before round one, everyone will know which way we're going.
The Warriors have always had strong leaders, haven't they? It's such a strong DNA in this club with strong leaders, and it's always an interesting one to feel. Are you a fan of just of one captain or co-captains? How do you view it?
Oh, I don't mind, mate. I don't mind. I think it's what suits the squad that you've got. You know, I was at West Tigers when Ivan was there. He had 5 captains, and that's what that club needed at that time. It was a real new group, and probably no one person stood out. But that doesn't work for every group. And then at the Panthers, currently got the 2 captain model with Nathan and Yowie. So, you know, and then obviously we've all seen the traditional method of 1. So, yeah, I think it's just got to suit what the club needs and what your squad needs at the time. But yeah, no biggie for me.
How's James Fisher-Harris travelling life as a Warrior? You walk into the building essentially as a 4-time premiership winner, and then you add everything else that he brings, the presence, the lot. What's been the head turner for you?
Oh, I think it is. Some people just got that aura about him, don't they? That presence, like he walks in. He's such a nice guy, Fish. I mean, he looks so intimidating, but he's actually such a nice guy. He's a family man. He cares about winning, cares about the group. He's socially fitted in so well, but he's certainly got an aura about him where his standards have just risen without him even saying a word. I think a lot of players in our group have had a big impact on that, but I think Fish is just, you know, he shows it how he does it every day, and then everyone follows. So I think his leadership without talking has been his biggest contribution, just with his presence and the way he does things. But he's fitted in really well with the rest of the group.
And just a final one on a camp I saw that you had last month. I mean, every club, you know, looks for a point of difference, and I think it was last month in Auckland where players stayed in dorms, limited access to their phones. How did that work for team building, for what you wanted it to achieve, and was there anything in particular that came out of that get-together for you?
Yeah, we were closer as a group, that's for sure. I mean, I was a bit worried that a full week together, no phones, no television, they'd probably get sick of each other, but it actually had the opposite effect. We certainly come closer off the back of it. I think the boys realised that phones can be a hindrance. They get in the way of your social capacity or the way you communicate with people. And yeah, they've been awesome since it. And yeah, they bought into it. Like they could have complained or whinged, but they didn't at any point. And yeah, we're definitely closer as a group.
Good stuff. All kicks off literally tomorrow night at Shark Park, and then the Vegas adventure begins. And by the time you get back, the rugby league world will be in full swing, mate, as you well know. So thanks for your time this morning.
Can't wait. Thank you. Cheers for that.
Andrew Webster, the Warriors coach, joining us there. So thank you for your questions on that. If I didn't get to any, my apologies, but we've covered a lot of ground there and ran out of time on that one. So our full interview up there on the podcast after the show if you want to catch it again. New skipper to be decided on that one. Mitch Barnett will lead them out against the Sharks, and the impact of James Fisher-Harris in particular, and those little 1%ers, a little camp, take your phones off them. Just a little thing could make a very big difference for the Warriors in 2025.
Thanks for watching. For more great content, subscribe to SEN League, your home of the greatest game of all.